Good morning and welcome to the Stahls TV Morning Show. I'm Zach.
And I'm Josh, and today we're going to talk all about game day fashions. It looks like the majority of you were serving the sportswear marketplace already in our pre-session poll, and there's a lot of business to be had in the sportswear marketplace, not only in selling to the players that are on the field, but more importantly, selling to the fans that are in the stands.
Absolutely, the people who are off the field or even off screen. You caught our cameraman Joe here at our open, so good to have you here, Joe, with us.
So there's a lot of interesting things that we talk about on the Stahls TV Morning Show, but sports is sort of the core of what the company Stahls was built on and sort of enabled us to start this whole Stahls TV thing. We sell an awful lot of names and numbers that go on the field, but now we're starting to see the trend of more support of the player, more opportunities actually selling to parents and siblings and aunts and uncles and the whole community that wants to support a team. So we want to focus this entire episode on game day fashion, and let's start with a discussion on fan jerseys.
Okay.
So fan jerseys are basically a huge opportunity for decorators. It's a very specific part of game day fashion, but you can categorize fan jerseys in a number of ways. And just to get our viewers familiar with the lingo that we're going to use for fan jerseys, I'd like to just switch over to a quick presentation slide here and kind of walk you through. So the first one that I'd like to point out is your typical replica jersey. Now we see a lot of blank wholesalers offering these sorts of polyester mesh jerseys, especially for football support in the stands. And a replica jersey is just that. If you look at the image on the left, that's the actual on-the-field jersey for a high school team. If you look at the one on the right, it looks very similar. The black jersey that you see there is decorated with glitter material. This is a replica jersey. It's designed to definitely associate with the player on the field, and you can decorate these in a number of ways. Now the next sort of fan jersey style that we want to cover is the oversized jersey, and we've spoken about this quite a bit here on Stahls TV and on the morning show because it's trending right now and it presents tremendous opportunity. But these oversized shirts can be worn to games as well to show fan support, so we're calling those the oversized jersey. And last but not least is the t-shirt jersey. And the t-shirt jersey can either be a cotton-based t-shirt, it can be performance wear, which is trending right now in fan support. But the idea of this is we're going as basic and simple as possible, as cost-effective as possible, and we're able to reach perhaps a large number of fans with this inexpensive style of jersey. Yeah, so when you look at these three styles, you have to ask yourself the question, number one is, how can I sell any of these three? So any idea on sales strategy for reaching fans?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a few steps that we should take. One, which we're hoping to provide you with a little bit today, is just the market research of which ones are popular, which ones you should be offering. So in addition to what we're going to talk about today, I would encourage you to visit NFL.com, NBA.com, basically the major league websites, and see what they're selling in addition to just the jerseys, which obviously you're going to see replicas there. You're going to buy your favorite player, but there's all kinds of other items that are being sold right now for the men's and the women's market in sportswear. So I would visit some of those major sites, do some research, see what types of designs, what types of decorations people are doing. You also want to do a little research on your blank wholesalers to see who can provide you with the items that you need. If you're already buying the game day jerseys, start with the folks who are offering those to where you're getting a similar look, you're going to match colors, those types of things as well. You also probably want to look at profit potential, which we'll talk about a little bit more in our sales strategy discussion. But find out which ones are going to make the most sense for the markets that you serve. If your local high school is only 30 students, if it's a private school, maybe you serve one that's 300, maybe you serve one 500. See what the market is and see what the profit potential is per item.
Yeah, absolutely. So as far as once we've decided on an item and we actually want to sell it, there's a couple different ways to do that. We've spoken about some of them before, but just to review, one of the tremendous ways to place this is on-site printing. So actually going to the game on Friday night or whatever, the tournament on the weekend, and setting up with your heat press, assuming you're heat printing these, and decorating on site. And this is a great opportunity because it's a place where you can get those loyal supporters. They're the ones that are showing up to the game to support the player that's on the field, and it's a great opportunity to sort of not have to succumb to price pressure and be able to sell at a very high profit margin. So on-site printing is definitely one way to sell these. Do you agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. If anybody who was watched the Little League World Series over the weekend and saw Pennsylvania, which is where we're broadcasting from today, win the U.S. championship, there were 45,000 fans there in the stands. They were all wearing the colors of the teams that they were supporting. To have a booth or something at a place like that, even if it is your local high school, that's where you can turn major profit because people want it now and they want to be able to provide support for the players on the field. It's mostly friends and family.
Sure, sure. And another way, outside of on-site, because all of us can't be at every tournament every weekend, and is to really structure this sort of fan jersey into a fundraising program.
Absolutely.
So obviously schools are trying to always, and teams, pick out fundraisers that are going to allow them extra money to pay for their jerseys and other expenses throughout the course of a season. Setting up something like this for a fundraiser is tremendous potential.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked about it a little bit in an episode where we kind of focused on fundraising. But some of the keys to that are to make sure that the designs are great and make sure it's easy for folks to order. But if the kids from the school are taking these order forms home, then they're obviously going to be selling to the folks who want to support them the most. So this is where you kind of want to consider which items you're going to offer as well. I personally don't think a replica jersey would sell all that great as a fundraiser because how many people are going to want to necessarily just associate with one player? Maybe they're going to be supporting the team for years to come. So you want to look at those oversized shirts and the t-shirts depending on the size of the market. Plus the replica kind of, at least perceptually, pigeonholes you into football or to a specific sport, where if you're selling the t-shirts or the oversized shirts, it's more about supporting the school that you're selling for rather than a specific sport in that school.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I think the same. I think, just from a sheer profit per item potential, the oversized shirt stands out. I mean, a decorator can make these shirts for less than $20 all in with decoration and labor and everything. And these are selling upwards of $45 to $60 depending on sort of where you're at and what the competitive pressures are. So it gives you opportunity to make a lot of profit per piece as a decorator and also to share some of that profit, $5 or $10 per garment, with the actual team, which is going to want them to adopt this as a fundraiser and do well. I think the replica jersey, you can kind of take a little bit different angle on it on artwork. I don't think it always has to be just names and numbers. Perhaps if you just do a team logo or something on the front and kind of leave the back undecorated, that's still opportunity to sell and perhaps reduce your overall cost to decorate as well. But you're definitely right. The t-shirt, that is where you're going to reach sort of the scale of this thing and probably expand beyond just standard heat transfer vinyl for decorating with a t-shirt. I mean, there's a variety of technologies that we can use to decorate these fan jerseys. What are some of those that...
Yeah, some of the technologies that stick out for this type of decoration, at least for me, are the special effect finishes that you can achieve through heat printing and some screen printing. So if you're going to have very large volumes, you can contract out, if you're not doing screen printing yourself, to a larger screen printer who will do some special effect finishes for you. But if you want to keep the decoration in-house, heat printing is something really good to look at, whether that's cutting your own designs with a vinyl cutter or ordering them pre-cut from somewhere. I think heat printing makes a lot of sense because especially if you do the design work the right way, you can use the transfers the next year for the same fundraiser.
Yeah, it's a good point, especially if it's numbers and different things. And of course, it can translate across a wide variety of items. And if you're selling online, which is another opportunity, you're actually able to print to order and not really commit your inventory to pre-printed pieces. Something else, just to point out the special effect finishes, I want to flash back just to this presentation real quick and show you on this particular jersey style. If you look closely, you're also seeing, although this is a standard finish, you're seeing a full color fill effect that's distressed. So in addition to just bling, there's a way to make it masculine as well, and that's by adding trending finishes such as distress. And this can be accomplished through print cut, transfers, through direct-to-garment printing. There's lots of opportunities here to kind of have a design that works for both the male and the female market to grow sales.
Yeah, for sure. There is one company out there that I want to point out to us that really focuses on that feminine market. And for those of you who watched the Shark Tank show, they were featured on there a couple seasons ago. It's called Game Day Couture. If you could pull up their website there just to show you a couple different options to where you can get some inspiration for these game day jerseys.
Yeah, so as you're seeing here on Game Day Couture, they definitely have the female demographic in mind with their looks and styles. So you start to see some game day fashions that are sort of beyond the fan jersey as we pan down through their site. And you know, this is another one of those companies that if you want to follow trends and see what's hot, bookmark these companies, favorite the websites, and look back so you can stay on trend. But I want to point out a specific sort of trend in the fan jersey. If you look on this LSU jersey, I mean, this is a fan jersey made completely of polyester lace that's white. So a couple things we notice is the front decoration still done with glitter. Multi-color glitter is extremely popular in decorating. And then you'll see sort of the piping there is done sublimated. So just bringing in the school colors through small details is definitely one way to stand out. And then of course we see here where just the logo is leveraged on front in sort of an oversized manner on the same style for Georgia Bulldogs. So although you probably won't be able to go and source a lace garment like this from an industry wholesaler, I guess in a couple weeks, right? We got next week off. In a couple weeks, we'll cover sort of an industry wholesale guide with who sells fan jerseys, where to buy them, along with a lot of different other styles that will sort of allow you to separate from the pack, hopefully.
Yeah. I also just wanted to mention where you can find some of those, if you want to make your own, where you can find great clip art and vector graphics of standard mascots that are used across the country is the CADWorks Live site, which we have a lot of those videos on stahlstv.com. If you search the CADWorks section, you can find out more about that as well.
Yeah, and you know, just staying on top of things, staying on top of trends. There's a lot that can be accomplished by selling game day fashions in the form of fan jerseys and a lot of other styles. And today we're excited to bring back a segment that I love called Buy, Sell, Hold. Unfortunately, I don't get to participate in them, but I'm sure you'll have fun.
I will.
So we're going to turn it over to Zach and Courtney on Buy, Sell, Hold for game day fashions.
Great.
Buy, sell, hold.
All right, welcome back. We are on the set of Buy, Sell, Hold. This is Courtney K. I'm going to let her take control of the wheel here and kind of explain what Buy, Sell, Hold is all about, and then we'll walk through some game day styles.
Okay, perfect. So Buy, Sell, Hold is the area of the Stahls TV morning show where we bring to you guys new styles of garments and kind of debate them between Zach and I, or the two hosts, and then we let you rate them. So we get, you get our feedback, and then we also see what you think and how this is going to translate over into your market and into what you're selling to your customers. So sticking with the game day topic, today is going to be game day styles. So we're going to look at different styles here today, and then you can choose, we'll debate it, then you'll choose whether to buy, sell, or hold. So just like with the stock market, you're going to decide to either buy into this trend, it's something you think is hot, you want to sell to your customers. You can hold if you think it's something you're unsure about, that you're not sure whether or not it's going to work for your market. Or you can sell it, just get completely out of the way, or just don't jump in at all if you want to work away from that type of trend and whether you think it's something that's going to fit. So let's dive into the game day styles. And of course, game day styles are more than just the t-shirts and the fan jerseys, of course, although they sell a large percentage of the marketplace. So we're going to talk a little bit about something that you can package with your fan jerseys and things, and that's going to be, these are actually called the throwback jogger. So if you haven't seen the jogger pant, the first item in Buy, Sell, Hold is going to be just a sweatpant style that now has a tapered or an elastic ankle to it. So it kind of brings the skinny jean into the sweatpant market, and it's gotten really popular over the spring, summer, and of course now we're seeing it into the fall trends with game day as well. So Zach, what do you think about this style for men, women, or different markets?
Well, I find myself wondering how many of our viewers are actually in their sweatpants right now, or their pajama pants, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But for this particular trend, this seems like something that it can go, ladies, you could sell to men. So I'm going to buy on these sweatpants. I wouldn't necessarily wear them, but I do see them everywhere. When I walked into a Nike store a couple weeks ago, they were all over the place. See people walking down the street wearing them. I personally wouldn't wear them, but I think you can make some money off of them, so I'm going to buy.
Okay, that's a good point. So with these, it's kind of taken the athleisure trend, which I'm a huge fan of. Anytime you can wear these with regular everyday clothes to work or to wherever you're going afterwards, a gym to work out. I love to debate with you, but I'm going to have to buy this as well.
You're going to wear these to work?
I'm not going to wear these to work, but I'm telling you that this is a huge trend we're seeing where people are actually replacing their skinny jeans with these babies. So they are actually dressing them up, they're dressing them down, and we're seeing a lot of people wearing them. So there's a lot of opportunities to personalize and print them kind of on the top here and the bottom. I think this is a popular trend. Let's See what the viewers think,
Okay.
whether they're with us or against us.
Are you guys going to buy, sell, or hold on the throwback joggers for game day fashion? Give you a couple seconds to weigh in. It's not really close. It looks like a runaway. What's the answer, Joe? It looked like 84% of you were going to buy on the throwback jogger. Now, we won't launch this poll, but you know, if you want to type in if you're actually wearing your PJ or your sweatpants, that would be awesome. We'd like to know that as well if you're watching from home today rather than the workplace. What's our second style?
So since everybody wanted to buy those joggers, I'm going to show a different style of the jogger that I think could get pretty popular depending on the market you're selling to. And this is mixing flannels into the jogger pants. So now we've got a really soft cotton flannel jogger. I think this is a fan
I don't
of
really
yours,
like the
Zach.
pattern.
Again, it has that tapered ankle. It's kind of got a contrasting ankle there, so it kind of brings the whole look together. Again, just another really popular look and a way to translate this trend into new markets. Now, this one I don't know if you could wear as an everyday wear, wear it up, wear it down to work, because this really is more of a pajama pants style with the flannel. So what do you think? I know you're a fan of flannel, so...
I am a fan of flannel, but I'm not a fan of flannel pants. So I am going to sell on this. I think my market is too limited. It just doesn't make sense for me. If I was running a business, I wouldn't have a strong reach, I don't think, into the ladies market. And really, I think this is more college or high school. So it might make sense for those of you who already have that strong high school pull. But for me, like I said, I don't really like the pattern, so I'm going to sell.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to buy. I am all over the jogger pants. I'm a girl, so I love these lightweight flannel pants. I don't think anything says fall like flannel. I mean, I think this is game day for me for the fall.
See, I was
and that's
thinking
what I'm
pumpkin spice from Starbucks says fall more than flannel, but okay.
They go together.
All right.
So with something like this, I think you can sell it to a lot of female markets. I think there's a lot of opportunity, especially because it just adds more color to the bottom, especially if you're in games and pep rallies and things like that, and you're looking for game day styles. You can still wear them everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and buy. Let's see what the viewers think.
Okay. So while they're weighing in, I asked you in rehearsal what colors or what types of decoration you would put on those. How would you recommend we decorate those pants?
You know, there's a lot of options. Obviously, the decoration, you don't want it to be too crazy as far as, you want it to be a solid print so that it stands out on the flannel pants. I would say a heat transfer vinyl or a screen printed transfer or direct screen printing, depending on
But you're thinking more single color
I
types
am,
of
yes.
items.
Yeah, you want to keep them pretty simple.
Okay, let's see what our viewers said.
2 for 2.
It was close. All right, what's our last style?
I feel like I'm going to go 3 for 3 with this last
You're
style.
probably right, because I really like this last style. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to buy. Go ahead.
Secrets out. So this is actually one of the new styles of the oversized jersey. So this is called the varsity slub, also from Boxercraft. The difference between this one and the oversized jerseys that we've seen on the market so far is the weight of it. It's a slub tee, so it's very thin, very lightweight, has a nice V-neck, of course still has the option for the big oversized print on the back. I'm absolutely in love with this. I'm going to buy as well. I can't really say anything else.
And the reason we're buying, I mean, the oversized shirts are selling like crazy right now. Our customers are making tons of profit off of them right now, and this just gives a more fashionable option that can be worn probably more throughout the year than the heavier ones could. It brings fashion into it, so people who haven't jumped on board with the heavier styles are way more than likely to jump on board with this one. So I'm saying buy.
Absolutely.
All right, so what do our viewers think? Buy, sell, or hold on the varsity slub? It's an oversized print. All right, most of our votes are in. Joe, what do we have? Are we buying, selling, or holding? So I noticed, Courtney, that this is decorated actually very nicely, and I believe you recorded a segment to show us how to do that. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
I did. So I noticed a couple people held on this trend, and I'm not sure if maybe you don't think it's going to go well or you're just worried about decorating it since it's very thin and lightweight. Luckily, the video we have coming up is a segment I pre-recorded on how to print this, what to choose in material, and what to consider whenever you're designing these types of garments. So hopefully you can translate it into your fall and get a jump on it right now. So we'll head over there and see how we were able to decorate that.
Great.
Today's segment, we're going to talk about how to decorate the varsity slub. If you've been printing for game day or spirit wear, then you already know how oversized jerseys can help increase your sales and have really taken this marketplace by storm. This new style is called the varsity slub from Boxercraft. It's unique in that it's very thin and lightweight and also has a V-neck. The slub style of this specific oversized jersey also gives it a nice, light, comfortable fit. So it's sure to be a customer favorite this fall. Now let's talk about how to decorate it. I'm going to go over to my heat press to decorate this item. To start, I'm going to load my garment onto my heat press. I chose to use the heat press for this decoration because it allows me to personalize low quantities and a variety of finishes. Also, whenever you're decorating this, keep in mind that the garment is very lightweight. So you can choose a heat transfer material that is lightweight like a CAD-CUT material, or also a screen printed transfer. One really popular trend for these garments that I'm going to be showing is actually a glitter heat transfer material. This glitter material that I'm going to heat apply is actually a little bit thicker than a lightweight material. So if you choose a material like this for a very lightweight slub tee, like the varsity slub, then you want to make sure to keep a script, thin font so you don't have heavy block letters on the garment. Let's start with the application. I've loaded my item on, and now I want to go through the preheat. To do this, I'm just going to pull the far shoulder of the shirt over to the corner of my platen and preheat. Once I have that preheated, I can slide the other side over and follow the same application. Once I have the preheat complete, I'm going to center my garment by loading it back onto the platen with the neckline center with the platen. Next, I need to find the center of my transfer and line the two up. To do this, I'm going to take my glitter transfer, fold it in half, and crease it right in the middle, just at the top, so I can see where the center point of my transfer is for this oversized transfer. When heat applying oversized jerseys, the transfers tend to be about 23 inches wide. So I'm going to have to do this in two applications to make sure the full print gets pressed on the back of the oversized shirt. I'm going to go ahead and line up my crease mark with the center of my collar, also making sure that I'm center with the bottom seam of the shirt as well. I'll press this down so I can get a nice pressure on the garment so that it all sticks and stays. And then I'll slide it over and do the same application that I did on the preheat. So I'm going to slide this to the far corner of the shirt, lock my heat press for the recommended application. For CAD-CUT Glitter Flake, it is 320 degrees for 10 seconds. And then once this application is complete, I can slide the garment over and heat apply the other side. The carrier will be peeled later, so I'll leave that on there instead of removing it. And then I'm just going to slide this garment over. Because the varsity slub is thin, you want to make sure you don't have any wrinkles after you slide the item over. There we go. Now you will notice the center of my design is going to be hit a couple of times, so it'll be okay. It won't cause any durability issues, but we want to ensure that, of course, the entire transfer gets heat applied. Another 10 seconds on the other side. Once that's complete, I can go ahead and peel back my transfer, and then the full oversized print on the back of the varsity slub is completed. Now before we show the finished results, we're going to show how to personalize the front as well. To do this, I'm just going to spin the garment around on my Fusion heat press to decorate the front. I haven't preheated the front yet, so of course I want to make sure to do that. Anytime you can add extra personalization down the front of the garment as well as the large back print, you can increase the cost of your sale. So I'm going to do this in the way of a left chest logo, but of course you could also put prints down the side of the garment as well. Keep in mind, if you choose to do a left chest, this is different from a lot of crew neck shirts in the fact that it has a deep V with this style of garment. So you want to be cautious of where you're putting your transfer and that you're not putting it too low on the shirt. So I'm going about 3 to 4 inches down from the top seam of my shirt, which is going to take it about side by side with the bottom of the V. Once I have that in place, I can apply it for the recommended application. Again, that's just those 10 seconds at 320 degrees. Peel back my carrier, and we have a completed oversized shirt. So as you can see, decorating the varsity slub is fast and it's easy using your heat press and heat transfers like CAD-CUT Glitter Flake, lightweight heat transfer materials, or screen printed transfers. Now back to you guys at the studio.
So hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to take this style and ultimately translate it into sales for your business. Now, on the Stahls TV Morning Show, this is live and interactive, so we're always getting questions throughout today's presentation, and I want to answer a couple of those. Number one was a special request for Zach to put on the joggers, so we're changing his name now to Lumberzach, which should be a good one. And then there's some more serious questions like who are these from? And these are a Boxercraft style, and then the throwback joggers that were original are a style from Pennant Sportswear, and then of course the varsity slub is from Boxercraft as well. So in 2 weeks we'll be having an edition all about different blank wholesalers to ultimately help you with where to source things. And there was one last question that came in about sourcing a glitter style sweatshirt that's an off-the-shoulder style. We'll have to do a little research, but I know J America has several versions of glitter tees and glitter fleece that may help you in your business. So you want to close it down?
Yeah, sure. Hopefully you're at home smiling in your sweatpants, because I am here in studio doing the same thing. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks.